Are you an HOA violation? Because you gotten fine written all over you. Anyway, today we're gonna be watching The Horrible Realities of HOA by Papa Meat / Meat Canyon. Let's freaking jump into it. Somewhere in Meatland.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god, wait, this is a puppet show. I'm so excited. Ew, what the freak? This computer is disgusting. There is a demon in this box. Oh, are these all like the gamer fuel or whatever?
What is it? We got a letter from the HOA. Oh, HOA? What is...
Sorry, I have a question. What is this slot? It looks too... Is that like a CD slot?
Who is it? We got a letter from the HOA. Oh, HOA? What does that mean? It's the Homeowners Association, Winslow. I didn't even... How do we have one all the way out here? We're in the middle of nowhere, literally, in the middle of nowhere. God damn it. Wait, honey. What? I want to tell you something. Come over here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna... Why do I have to just tell me? Come on. Come over here. Please. Whatever. I'll just do it later. I'll just come back down later.
No, go over there.
Wait! I just want some screen time.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing?
Hello.
How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're talking about 3 letters that I hate combined together. I'm of course talking about
I also hate the HOA. I have a very, very bad beef with the HOA in my neighborhood. I even got into a little bit of an altercation with the HOA lady. She knocked on my door in the middle of summer, and then she started berating me and my roommates. And just for context, the lady was older, and me and my roommates, we look pretty young. We are kind of young, but like she probably thought we looked like, you know, kids. And so I'm like, okay. Anyway, basically she was just yelling at us a ton, and she was saying like that the grass was too tall, and she was gonna call the freaking lawyers on us. And I was like, we don't even live here. I mean, we live here, but we don't even own the house. Like, you gotta talk to the landlord about that. And she was just came in with an attitude. And then she also said there's no AC units in the window. Like, you're not supposed to have AC units in the window. And me and my roommates had AC units in each of our windows because our AC was broken, and it was in the middle of summer. And I told her that. I was like, our AC is broken and it's in the middle of summer. And she was like, well, per the HOA agreement you signed. And I was like, I didn't sign anything, and neither did any of my roommates. What are you talking about? She had like no empathy whatsoever for our situation. Anyway.
HOA. Let me tell you something. Owning a home is something most people hope to accomplish as they reach their adult years.
Yeah,
There's
I hope
something
so.
freeing about having your own piece of property, where you have more say in creating a comfortable space to live in, right? However, future homeowners may not realize that they don't have as much freedom as they may think. A significant number of communities in the U.S. are overseen by something called...
Ew, why is it... What was that edit? Just like jerking himself off.
The HOA. Or the Homeowners Association. The HOA is run by a board of directors that enforce rules for all residents that own property within the community to follow, right? So your neighborhood has some fucking goon count.
Isn't it, like, isn't the origins of HOAs literally racism? Like, didn't they literally have HOA to, like, keep, at least in America, to keep, like, black people out of, like, quote-unquote white neighborhoods, even though they abolished, like, segregation?
That sits around, and there's the people who are like, your fence can't be that high. You know, and some of their goals include maintaining the upkeep, the safety, and property value of a neighborhood while also providing amenities for homeowners and aiding in resolving resident disputes, right? It's basically daycare. If you're
it's
in
kind
a
of sounds like
HOA,
that.
you're in a daycare.
Hey, listen, your car's a bit loud. You coming? Can you just slow it down? And can you also just, I mean, come on. You're being a bit loud. You know, it's that kind of stuff.
Cut your grass.
Yeah. So actually you left your
One time, I didn't receive this complaint, but I was like in a Facebook group with the neighborhood I lived in, and one of the HOA guys was talking about how kids were scootering around the neighborhood and how they should watch where they scooter around because there are cars coming in the neighborhood. I'm like, dude, it's a neighborhood. This is like where the kids can play. What? But he was like, no, the kids need to obey the laws of the traffic. And I was like, okay, that's one thing if the neighborhood was on a main road, but it was like literally one of those like cul-de-sacs where it just has like a bunch of little streets and it was just houses.
trash cans out in your driveway, that's a fine. I can't leave my trash cans in my driveway.
Oh,
It
I
makes
hate
the
this.
neighborhood look bad. Kill yourself.
Yeah.
You left your 50.
And I always forget to bring the trash in. I think one of my roommates actually do this. That's like their chore job. I don't even do it because I forget all the time.
Skeleton out.
So you left your giant Costco skeleton out for 6 months and you accrued quite a fine. In order
Oh
to
my
do this,
god,
they
I
often
remember that happened once in one of the neighborhoods I lived in. They had like a giant skeleton for Halloween and then they left it out and just like put on a different like decoration, and they were getting flamed in the Facebook group. They were like actually just said like, okay, time to take it down, like it's time to take it down. And I was like, oh my god, jeez, it's the holidays, man.
like quarterly, monthly, or annual fees. That's right.
Oh, yeah,
You get to pay
that's
for someone to treat you
BS.
like a child.
Yeah.
And when they are being operated as they were intended, it can result in great things for an individual community, right? However, there are countless examples, if not almost every example, of HOAs that have terrorized residents, often power tripping on the perceived superiority they receive from the board that they are on. So today, let's talk about the dark side of the Homeowners Association.
Okay.
Yeah, the ghost.
Ohio.
Is that wrong? Listen! Gamer Subs is branching out, evolving. Yes, we
Ooh,
have Gamer
bimification?
Subs, the delicious, nutritious energy drink we have raw meat with.
Ew.
Then they even have V-Card, the game!
Oh my god, one day, manifesting, we're gonna get a clown juice. And then on the title, it'll say, it tastes funny.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking it a step further. We
Okay.
have collabed with Gamer Subs on our own ramen flavor, Meat Sweats.
Wait, they sell ramen? No way! I didn't know that. I thought they just sold like the powder stuff.
Full, hot, spicy chicken flavor, noodle in the cup ramen. It's delicious. Actually, we got to do some flavor tests and kind of test these out and
Dang,
see which
okay.
ones were the best for us and which one that we were happy to put our name on. And look at this. I even got to draw the label. It's like, ooh,
Oh, that's sick.
On top. Owie, fire.
310 calories. Meal replacement. So please go to Gamer Subs, pick up some ramen today, and use promo code PAPAMeat at checkout to get 10% off the
Yippee!
whole goddamn order. Thank you so much, Gamer Subs, or should I say, Gamer Soups.
Gamer soups.
And we'll get back to the video.
Oh, I get it now.
You know, and you're probably wondering this. This is probably the glaring question off the top of everybody's mind. Hunter, how do you feel about HOAs, right? What
His
I
name is Hunter. That's such a fire name.
got to say is, you know what? Don't like them.
Oh!
Controversial opinion, says no one.
Also, this thing in the back is moving. This thing in the back is totally moving. It's freaking me out.
The HOA is necessary for, like, if a guy, which you couldn't even do this anyway, I was gonna say, just paints a swastika on his house. The
Oh,
police would be
okay.
called. They can't do that.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
rough.
honestly what I think. If you're in a neighborhood you like and you're like, this is nice, I'm gonna keep my
Yeah.
house nice where I can sell it one day and the value of it is only going to increase. But the guy next door painted his house in polka dots and no one wants to live next to the fucking polka dot house.
What? No, Polka Dot House is sick. Dude, this is where I just question the whimsy of others. You clearly have no joy in your life if you can't look at a polka dot house and be like, wow, that's kind of cute.
I understand the frustration there. At the same time, if I just spent $350,000 on a house, it should be my God-given right to paint the motherfucker in polka.
Where are you getting a $350,000 house, boy? Bro, there's no way you're getting that for that price. It's probably like $5.6 million now.
Dots. No one should tell me. Also, no one should tell me how tall I want my fence is to cut my fucking lawn. Is it annoying to look at?
Yeah.
Boo-hoo, bitch, is what I would say. Or if I was that distraught, honestly, I'd just be like, what could I do? I'm not saying that I advocate for people being slobs, because I don't. But I'm just saying that, like, there's got to be a better way besides everyone is affected by rules because
Yeah.
of, like, some bad eggs. That's what I gotta say.
It's so
and also, I
annoying.
do think HOAs are just a huge pain in the ass. They can be
They
expensive
really
at
are.
times. Like, if you live in a really nice neighborhood, those fees, those monthly fees, it's crazy. Bananas.
In Texas.
The thing about the lawn thing, because I got flagged from the HOA about the lawn thing, the thing about that is instead of sitting like a letter or being like really aggressive and like knocking on my door, you could literally come to me or send me a letter with, I don't know, like, oh, here are some local lawn care people that can like help you take care of your lawn. You know what I mean? Or if they come to the door, they're like, hey, I was just wondering, like, why isn't your lawn, mowed? It's been like this for a while. I just wanted to check up on you guys, making sure you're okay. And if you need any help with getting like lawn care or whatever. Like, make it more of a community thing. But sometimes the HOA approaches it like, you're not following our rules and you are going to get fined and banished and we're going to call the lawyers on you. It just comes off so aggressive.
I think we're paying like 150 HOA fees.
It's insane. But first, how do people feel about homeowners associations? Residents often complain about the rigid set of rules around the HOA's ability to limit modifications to your house. Even though you own your home, that doesn't mean you are allowed to paint it whatever color you want. The HOA won't approve it because they want the neighborhood to have a similar color scheme. And these types of regulations surrounding your home's visual appeal can impact all sorts of things.
Wait,
like
wow, I didn't know that.
Grass, what type of fence you can build, what flowers you can plant in your yard, and much
That's
more.
insane.
Which I think is stupid. And the entire idea is just because it's like, it just keeps the value up. Where it's like, am I not going to live here for like 25 years?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
flipping this baby.
Listen, buddy, I'm flipping it. I'm a flipper. All right, these are investment properties. Okay, so don't be painting your house.
The flipper was actually such a funny joke. Like, to be honest, I bet the editor thought this was going to be a stupid edit, but it's actually the best edit so far.
Fucking polka dots. All right, I'll come at you.
That's what I do. I'll buy you out. I'll buy you out to paint the house.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, I don't want to leave. I'm going to buy you out. And this
Wow.
inevitably will result in some anger-inducing situations. Like with the father who had to tear down the treehouse he built for his child during the pandemic. Wouldn't you love that?
No.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to build you a treehouse.
Thanks, Dad. I love you. Yeah, so actually, no, you can't build a tree house that's in your yard.
What?
To me, I'm like, dude, you. This is getting me riled up.
Oh my god, this actually reminds me of one time I was in a neighborhood and I would like go on a walk and ever so slightly I could see into the back of someone's house. The house was like forward facing, like the front door was facing the sidewalk. But if you walked around like the side a little bit, you could kind of see the remnants of like a chicken coop. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. They have chickens. And then guess what? I saw the public notice saying that you are not allowed to have chickens on your house or in your property. And then signed by the HOA. And I was like, what? What? Dude, that's insane. They're going to tell you what kind of pets you can have?
Actually, I'm getting like pissed. There's not even an HOA here. I don't have an HOA, luckily. I'm out in the fucking middle of nowhere, and I love it. I love it.
It's free.
The HOA will demand you to make changes to your home to fall in line with their guidelines, and a failure to do so will lead to fees you are required to pay. Seeing as other people are often forced to join HOAs to live in the community in the first place, you may think, what's the worst they can do? Well, the HOA has more power than you realize. In some instances, as late fees pile up, the HOA can pull a lien against your home, which is the right to keep possession of property belonging to another person until a debt owed by that person is discharged. They can basically be like, I own your house until you pay your stupid fucking fee.
What? They could literally steal your house? Oh my god, surely that won't be abused or corrupt.
I can own your house! And it's some dickhead down the road who's just like,
Hey, I just got this cherry Firebird that I'm souping up.
it's like, dude, jump off your house! That's what I want to say. Fuck them. Essentially, if you fail to pay your debt to the HOA, they can foreclose your home to pay it off on top of any legal fees.
The legal fees to sue you.
Yeah, the legal fees to sue you. And I understand this is a fail-safe scenario for people who are like, I'm not going to pay it, or they're being dicks. You want to be able to boot people out of a neighborhood if you have kids. Also, in some communities, don't you have to be approved to even get the house by the HOA?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Really?
I think there are actual neighborhoods where it's like, yeah, the HOA has to prove you.
They have to approve you? Dude, what is the point of owning a home at that point? You might as well just rent until you die. Like, that is actually just evil. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Check your skin color.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a lot of HOAs. There are many other serious issues regarding HOAs.
Wait, that was from the Stick of Truth by South Park, that video game? And that was a difficulty level. I saw that in another video and it was genuinely so crazy that they did that.
Like, some of them even still try to get away with racial segregation, the way it was commonly done in the 1960s. Even as recently as 2019, a Florida community discovered that a nearby neighborhood still had Caucasian.
Of course it was Florida. Of course. I hear the craziest shit happens in Florida. Oh my god.
Only restrictions. Of course, dude. Those 85-year-olds.
I was gonna say, yeah, the retirees.
Yeah, there's like fucking Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville on the corner, and like it's hidden behind some like floral, like fake toucans. Read the sign, asshole! Because homeowner associations are run like micro governments and have a considerable amount of power, it's easy to see how things can get out of hand easily in the wrong hands.
Okay.
Like, for example, when members of an HOA in Colorado called the police to try and shut down a child's lemonade stand due to it being an illegal business. I think everybody's kind of heard of this one, right? They're like, I'm trying to just sell lemonade, and the woman's like, phone shaking.
Yeah, what?
Get out of here! Get out!
Well, the worst part is, I think the police had to fine him.
They did. Well, they're like, well,
Wait, that's so messed up because no cop wants to. Like, you're literally wasting the cop's time when he could be going and actually doing things productive to the freaking society. But instead, he's getting called to go shut down a kid's lemonade stand. That is, like, stupid.
I guess I'm sorry. What a pussy, dude. I'd be like, actually, ma'am, can you come here? And I'm like, I'm gonna shoot you in the chest if you don't go home right now. And my body cam footage is off. This is not even me joking around. I have a fucking Dodge Charger in my car. I will ram you off the fucking road.
I just don't understand because it's always like, you know, those HOA ladies in particular that kind of get that power trip. I just don't get it. Like, when I was confronted by the HOA lady, I think she just didn't really respect me because she thought I was a kid. Like, one time they would, like, ask me, like, oh, are your parents home? And I'm like, I'm an adult. What? And then they, like, start berating me like I'm one of their kids. And I'm like, bro, it's, like, relax. We can have, like, a normal person conversation. But it almost feels like they think you're, like, beneath them in a weird way.
Can't say that to me. I'm like, I'm gonna bust your teeth out with my fucking gun. That's what I'd say. And then I'd go over and be like, do you guys take American Express? They're like, no. And I pull up the fucking table. They are so widely mocked and criticized that there's an entire genre on sites like TikTok that focus on creating fake rage bait HOA confrontations.
The classic camera, yeah.
Yeah, the classic camera thing. We can put up a little
fake
video
rage bait. Oh, I see.
Too.
This key is not working, and this is the master key to all the houses. Did you change the locks?
The master key to all the houses. Wait, that's kind of fire. I want a master key to all the houses in my neighborhood. I would use it responsibly, though.
If you did, that's a violation of HOA policy.
With that said, let's talk about some of the most obnoxious HOA stories, starting with
Here we go.
HOA forcing people to leave their garage doors up. In Auburn, California, their local HOA had supposedly discovered that one of the homeowners had someone living in their garage. It's the end of days. In response, they decided that the best course of action...
Wait, you can't live in your garage? What? You can't live in your garage, okay? How the freak are they gonna know?
was to enforce a rule that stated that every resident would be required to leave their garage doors open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
That's
Can we
stupid.
make it as easy as possible for burglars to come in my house while I'm at work?
At that point, honestly, you just band together with everybody in your neighborhood and you just say, we're not following that rule, right, guys? And everyone's gonna be like, yeah, you're right. And then they're like, what are they gonna do? Sue and push you all out? Like, they can't.
Monday, like the one day and time that I'm gone for my job. Fucking idiots. Residents were infuriated by this because it meant that they ran the risk of bikes, wheelchairs, cars, and any other loose objects in their garage being stolen. Those who refused would have to pay a $200 fine, which is probably per day.
Yeah.
By the way, during the next HOA meeting, the neighborhood voiced their frustrations, causing them to back down from their new rule.
Good.
I'd be like, you know what? If you charge me, I'm going straight up.
Watch what you say, man.
Postal.
No, I was gonna do more beating people in the mouth and butt dusting. I'm too angry.
Yeah, too angry. Calm it down.
I'm heated because I will say, I don't know if this is a good spot to say it, but I had this one HOA one time. I was mowing my yard and the guy who was the director or whatever of the HOA lived behind me. I was mowing my yard and the guy came out and he's like, you know, you're not supposed to use gas mowers in this neighborhood, right?
Oof.
And I did. What? He's like, we're basically all Ryobi over here. And I was like, what?
Okay, so you have to use an electric mower? Okay, buy me one then. That's what I would do. If you have rules, then make the rules accessible for me because I don't have money to buy a freaking Ryobi electric mower.
I don't have it. And he's like, okay, well, you should go get one. Annoying altercation, albeit whatever. Later on in the day, I get a fucking at my door, and then I hear off my steps. And the guy knocked on my door, left an envelope, and like ran off. And it was I'm not even joking, it was a $550 fine. And I was like broke at the time. Fucking broke.
Where was this?
This was in Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I sat there and
Okay, what do you think is gonna happen? He can't afford a mower, but he's mowing his lawn. And so what you do is you fine him $500, and then also you still have to go get another mower. What do you think is gonna happen? I guess that's kind of the point. They just want to get rid of poor people, maybe. I don't know.
he lives right behind me. So I like walk around. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, buddy, honestly, I hate to do it, but it's just if you let one person do it, everybody's gonna start doing it. I'm like, it's a gas lawnmower. It's fine. I was like, also, I'm like, how can I get the fucking mower if I have to pay this? He's like, listen, like I said, I hate to do it's like it's that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It would always be like weird petty stuff like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I hate HOA so much.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
And they're picking a fight out of nowhere. I think that's the most annoying part. It's not like, oh, they really don't like you for some reason. It's like these people don't even know who you are. And then they see you one day and they're like, I don't really like how you're doing that in your home, in your space, and in your lawn. I don't really like how you're doing that. And then they're just like control freaks, it feels like. Like they want everything to be a certain way.
But if you thought that HOA decision was stupid, that's only the beginning. Let's talk about the $250 Gatorade bottle violation. Rachel,
What?
a mother on TikTok.
Mom talk.
Mom talk.
Mom
Play
talk.
Clip. Rachel, a mother on TikTok, voiced her frustrations about an absurd encounter with a HOA in her small community. After a grease fire got out of hand, their microwave exploded and burned down their entire home.
Oh my
Days
God.
later, after firefighters had to put out the fire, they moved the charred microwave
I hope
on-
she's okay. I hope the family is okay. I don't hear any deaths, but that is so terrifying.
to the front lawn for the purpose of being collected at a later date by the city of Houston. Even with the home completely destroyed, they were sent a letter from the HOA to their non-existent home stating that they must pay $250 for leaving the microwave out on the yard.
In the time that that microwave was sitting there, we got a notarized letter to that address that was literally burned and a fine for $250 from our HOA.
Of course, she
Oh my God! You literally couldn't make that up. You couldn't make it up. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. They like have no empathy. They have no like, there's no curiosity for like why someone is doing something or why they're in the situation they're in. They're just like, you're not following the rules and I don't care that you can't do anything about it.
refused to pay and got them to retract the fine. But later on, as workers were coming in and out of the home to slowly rebuild it, someone had left an empty Gatorade bottle on top of their fence railing, which is the most common thing at any job
that's
site.
normal.
You're going to have like wrappers and bottles. It is what it is. They're fucking slobs. Sorry. They're also there for 9 hours. They probably forget about it. It was left there for 1 day on the charred ruins of this rebuilding of a home. And the HOA decided to take a picture and include it in a certified letter given to Rachel. In it, she received a notice of another $250 fine just for single bottle. Nick, what world are we living in?
Just one.
Yeah, you're like, actually, I think it's kind of cool.
Man, that's so sad. It's just like a form of bullying. They're just bullying. Because I feel like they're only fining because they can, because they feel like they can get away with it. And if it's too annoying, then all they have to do is drop the fine. But the message was already sent, you know? That's so sad. Especially sending letters like that to a woman who literally lost her whole house and who could have lost her life and who was like her family could have lost their lives. It's so sad, man.
Is it wrong to not like that or what?
Okay, first you have the microwave, they retracted it, but then a Gatorade bottle, come on.
The audacity too. Well, you know what happened is that that somebody on that HOA board was like, it was her fault for burning it down anyways. And now she's got to dirty up the whole fucking neighborhood because of it.
Or they're saying,
Yeah.
"God, that's an eyesore, the charred, we can't
Yeah, they
find-"
probably blame the fire on her, and they're probably blaming that, like, oh, now this is like a gross burnt house, and it's like such an eyesore. Jesus, man.
You know, it's some fucking old dude like walking his dog, and he's just like, God damn it, I lived here too long to have to put up with this. Burnt down house, a woman's crying in her front yard. Ah! And he's just like, she's an ugly crier too.
Oh my God.
I thought the story was they were gonna fine her for burning her house down.
I bet you there had to have been talks about it. Can we
Yeah,
fine her
there-
for the
yeah.
burning of the house? I do like how it's a grease fire that got out of hand. We're cooking french fries and just shit went wild.
No!
I cut up a couple spuds and threw them in the deep fryer. Whoa! That fire snowballed. I couldn't
Oh my
stop
god.
it. Now, $250 is bad. $250 to get smacked with, that's a fucking bummer.
Yeah, that's
but
bad.
That pales in comparison to some of the other HOA horror stories. Like the woman who almost faced...
Oh my god, there's more? Wait, I'm scared.
But that pales in comparison to some of the other HOA horror stories. Like the
Okay.
woman who almost faced jail time over a purple playground.
What?
Was going to prison for a purple playground. Oh God, Jesus Christ, here we go again. A family in Lee...
What are you in for? I built my child a purple playground and the HOA sent me to jail. Damn, that's rough. I've killed 52 people. Anyway, want to be bunkmates?
Summit was terrified after being hit with various threats from the homeowners association regarding the playground in their backyard. Their
Whoa.
backyard that no one else can really see, behind their home, not even the front of the home. Marla and her husband
Wow.
had built it for their kids from scratch, finishing it off with a purple tinted wood stain. The kids were overjoyed.
Aw.
However, the HOA did not approve of the color. They were given a notice and a fine. The family contested it and won, but the HOA would...
Oh, they won. Wow, of course. So surely it should, end there if they won. Also, what color do they want it to be? To be honest, like that type of stuff, I would be mad. But I'm the type of person where I'm like, okay, let's just reach a conclusion together so we don't have to like do this. What color do you want it to be? I don't know. If they say green, be like, okay, here's what you could do. You can buy the green paint. You can get painters. And you can go into my yard and you can paint it green. Safe for my children. And then I will keep it green. I won't change the color. That's like what I would do in those situations. But these people, they don't want to do that. They don't want to reach any type of like compromise.
Not let up. 1 year later, they were given a letter explaining that if they did not take down the playground within a couple weeks, they could expect to see some jail time. Sorry. They found that they were not breaking any rules and even went to door asking residents to confirm that the swing set was not obstructing their view or bothering them. A petition was signed and the other residents began demanding the HOA to not pursue a lawsuit. But they denied the plea and filed the suit anyway.
Oh
Feeling that the
my
playground needed to be
God.
within harmony with the other colors of the community. It's a quote. The family won the case and the purple swing set stayed in their yard.
Yippee!
It's like not even that bad.
I don't think it's that bad now. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, it's a fucking purple swing set, dude. And also kids are playing on it.
They were
Yeah.
channel colors.
Yeah, they're just like, I do not approve. I do not approve of those colors.
Do not mess with this man and his purple. He F's with the purple and any other whimsical colors.
Ooh, almost threw up a little bit. If you thought threatening to send a woman to jail over the color of a playground was a bit excessive, just wait until you hear about the man who was fined for giving away free water during a heat wave. It's like the Curb Your Enthusiasm bit.
It is illegal for anyone in the state of Georgia to provide food or water to voters in line at the polls.
What? You can't do. Oh no, you're making a big mistake. I'm sorry, baby. I forgot.
In 2024,
Oh, is it like to bribe somebody? Like waiting in line if they're like, oh, remember who gave you this water bottle? Make sure to remember that on the ballot.
heat wave hit Arizona residents with record-breaking temperatures. David
Ooh.
Marth, a good Samaritan living in Goodyear,
Aw,
helped out
good
neighbors
guy.
by leaving out a cooler filled with ice-cold water for all the people enduring the heat. Hey,
Uh-huh.
if you were passing by and walking down the street, grab yourself a nice thing of water.
Aw.
On me. I'm the one who has the Costco membership. Kirkland.
That is actually so sweet because I always forget water. Like today, I went to a volleyball with like a bunch of people, and it was in the summer heat, and I was so sweaty and like it was so hot out. And someone just like asked, "Oh, do you have water?" And I was like, "No." And they gave me water. They just like bring water, and it was a public park and everything.
Kirkland Water for All. His local HOA were angered by this, saying that community rules are against advertising and giving out water bottles from a cooler that's visible to other residents in the driveway.
What?
Hey, listen, you can't be promoting
Advertising what? He's not promoting anything. He's just promoting being hydrated. Also, it is so strange because I don't know if I have the history right, but I'm pretty sure at one point water bottles used to be free. Like fully free. You didn't have to buy water bottles because water is cheap and so is plastic, the bottles that come in it. And then something happened in like capitalism where they decided, oh, we should actually charge you like $10 for a bottle of water. So it's so strange.
free water. That's against policy. Essentially, the cooler and the sign cannot be visible when he distributes the water because they need the neighborhood to look visually consistent. I like how it's like you can hand out the water, but we cannot see.
Jesus.
I cannot take a look at that cooler. Get that cooler away from me! Because of the weird rule, he was fined $50 a month, and this ramped up to $100 a month after it seemed that David wasn't giving up. Soon enough, the fees reached $475 a month.
Jesus
Obviously,
Christ.
residents couldn't care less about visual clutter of a single cooler being put in someone's driveway. And in fact, many of them were vocally supporting his decision to do so because, you know, I don't know, it's hot and it's free water.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was something that David had been doing for years. That is, until the HOA suddenly decided it had to be stopped. For some reason, this time, you know, it's just
Wait,
one guy.
what? He'd been doing it for years in the neighborhood and said it. Oh, that means somebody in the HOA must have like came into more power or had more like influence over the others. Like maybe somebody got promoted within the like board or whatever.
We don't know who it is. Some nosy neighbor, dude.
Oh, you know what? He probably, for years, he's been trying to get on the HOA board, and he finally got it.
Trying to get on the HOA board, but also it's one of those things where it's like, I bet you anything David had like a killer cookout, and that motherfucker never got
I
invited.
see.
So as soon as he, yeah, exactly, he's like peeking over the fence. Looking at his bratwurst and stuff. Oh, it smells good. Like, yeah, yep. Not inviting him over at all. And then finally, when he gets a taste of power, he had to throw himself on it, dude. He had to enforce those rules immediately on my boy David. But out of protest, David refused to back down and refused to pay any of the fines. Despite neighbors offering money to cover it. In an interview with a local Arizona.
Am I cooked if I know what this video is from?
Refused to pay any of the fines. Despite neighbors.
This video is. If you know what this video is from, I know what you are.
Offering money to cover it. In an interview with a local Arizona news station, yes, this made the news, he simply stated, quote, just come get a bottle of water. Chill. How simple is that?
And have a bratwurst.
Good one.
Bratwurst. You know who you are, and you know you're not invited. The guy's like, has like a glass of scotch in his house. He's like,
whoa. Whoa, how did he do that without a green screen? Wait, that's actually so sick how he did that.
Sometimes HOAs can greenlight fees that are incredibly cruel, despite insane financial toll it can take on residents. Like when an HOA surprised a homeowner with a $15,000 fee.
What do you think justifies that high of a fee before you...
The only thing I can think that justifies a $15,000 fee is one, you like destroy someone else's property, something like that. Like if you painted a giant on your house or something weird where it's like painting your house polka dots, is it annoying? Yes, but at the same time, do I think it really devalues your home? I don't know. I really don't think it does. But that kind of stuff, I think that legitimately, like, you're just hurting everyone. Not only is it super offensive, but like you're actually fucking with our money now too. You know, which I don't know which one's worse. A TikToker named Britton Brody posted a video where she detailed a horrific situation going on in her community in Orlando, Florida. My ass is never retiring down there.
Dude, it's always Florida. It's always Florida. Oh my god. 2 of these stories are confirmed Florida.
You don't want to go to...
No, I don't want to go to Florida. That shithole. Back in 2022, she had bought a condo at the age of 21. And part of her fees on top of her mortgage was a $315 HOA fee. That's what I'm saying. Is that fucking ridiculous?
In a condo? I thought that only applies for houses. Isn't a condo like an apartment? What the freak is... What is the condo doing? Like, what HOA is in the condo?
You have to pay this, and don't forget that. It's like buying an apartment, unless you're in New York, makes no sense. Because then you have to pay building maintenance fees. At one point, a company had approached the owners in that neighborhood about buying their homes from them to convert into apartment buildings. Soon after they reject this offer, a new board of directors came in and increased the HOA fees for every resident. I wonder if he's in on this business scheme as well. For Brittany, her fee jumped up to $414. And soon after, it raised to $651 a month.
What? That's highway robbery. They could just come... Oh, so they're just like strong-arming out the residents of this neighborhood to make apartment buildings? But isn't it already... I guess I don't really understand what a condo is. Isn't that already like an apartment?
That should legitimately be illegal.
That's them trying to kick them out, right?
Well, they're trying to strong arm them to be like, you're not being kicked out, we're buying your property. It's that kind of
To me, I don't know if I'm just like a nice person or whatever, but I don't know how people like that can sleep with themselves at night. Like kicking out families and youth and just like everything in between to get a better investment. You know what I mean? Like how do how do you like sleep at night and knowing that you have put a family out on the streets just so you could make a couple extra $100?
Eventually, a letter came in that explained that there will be a vote on May 15th to decide on a life-changing new measure. Essentially, after the Surfside condo collapse of 2021, a new mandate was passed requiring condo boards to have fully funded reserve to cover any potential costs like maintenance, repairs, and more. To raise these funds, the HOA would ask for a special assessment fee, asking for a range of, $11,000 to $22,000 per owner, depending on the property. For Brittany, this meant her 810 square foot home required $15,000 in fees.
That's not worth it.
What?
This is
that's probably like a year's worth of rent. What? That's insane. How are they able to do that? Also, it should be, why is it up to the owners of the apartment complex or the condo complex? Why is it up to them to have to pay what the building should be responsible for? They should be responsible for like the safety and maintenance of the building, not the owners.
First of all, I'm like, if hell is real, you are going to hell. Like, owners were shocked, obviously, especially after finding out that half of the fee would have to be paid 2 months later.
I don't know where I personally will come up with the money. Like, I have a full-time job, I work 40 hours a week, but I do not make
Condos are privately owned, as opposed to apartments, which are rented, making this even more unfair.
Oh, so they already own it. So it's kind of like a house where they already own it, but then they're still getting slapped on like fees similar to like an apartment. That is so strange.
Money to have that much money saved up.
With the other half being due 1 month after that. So basically you have 2 months to scrounge up $7,500. And then next month you got to pay the other half. You're cool for that, right? You living in this 810 square foot duplex. You're good for that? Okay, cool. Just making sure. At this point, the community came together and created a ballot with the goal of voting to recall the current board of directors to replace them with actual residents. Why that wasn't done in the first place, I will never know. They also hired an attorney to help look into the situation. The word had gotten out, with her TikTok going viral and local news stations picking up her story, and in the end, the board was fully replaced with people who had an actual interest in looking out for the residents and raising money in a way that wouldn't financially cripple everyone in the community.
Okay, that's good. Yay!
Happy ending.
Yeah, it's like they don't even put effort into the freaking... they don't even put effort into the fundraising. Like, they don't host a banquet or an auction or like a cookout. They don't have anything. They're just like, actually, you just owe us money, by the way, now. So send it now, please. Thank you.
You know what's, and I'm saying this to, I have no idea. You know for a fact too that those old board of directors, bunch of old people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the it is with old people wanting to hoard gold before they. What are you gonna do with it?
Sleep on it.
You might make a little bet out of it.
They're trying to act like pharaohs so they could get buried with it.
I bet it's made of cash. Smother with her $100 bill pillow. I don't understand when people are like, some 76-year-old guy, I have 148 properties. Sell them. You're gonna die. You're gonna die soon. It's real soon.
Generational wealth.
It's probably because somebody looks at them and they're like,
yeah, I've personally rented through like one of those like big agencies where they buy like a ton of homes across the entire US. Like I've rented from those agencies before, and they do everything in their power to just slap on fees. Like I remember like my Ring camera didn't even work for the majority of the time I lived in that home, but I still had to pay like a, what is it called? Like a technology maintenance fee, because you have to pay like, you know, money for the Ring. Like every year you have to pay money to record all the stuff on Ring, but the Ring camera didn't even work. And I still had to pay that. And then, of course, when I tried to move out, they tried to take the entire deposit. The entire deposit. So it was just like, dude, it's so evil. And it's the reason that those people own, that company owns all those houses, is because during the recession, apparently, because I did some research on them, they bought out like a ton of foreclosed houses and a ton of houses that people couldn't afford anymore. And then they just turned them all into rentals. It's so evil.
Old. You're a fucking parasite. You're a leech on our family. You're a leech on our family. You're a waste of space. You smell bad. You should just die. Lay down and die. If you're old, just lay down and die.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's me talking to those board of directors. You know what? Fuck it, all old people. Lay down and die. If we want to take a look at another woman who was hit with an exorbitant fee from an HOA, we can
Here we
talk
go.
about the old woman who was forced to pay $17,000 in fines. Sorry.
Dude, it really breaks my heart to see like the older generation be like settled in the home that they like fully probably think like prepared to like, okay, I'm gonna grow old and die in this home. And it just breaks my heart when like people try to strong arm them out of that. Like, where are they supposed to go? This is literally, they work their entire life so they can just relax.
We just stepped it up $2,000. In 2020, an elderly woman from Georgia named Pat Kramer was in a panic after receiving absurd letters from the HOA. Just a guy down the street sending her dick pics.
Oh, send more. Yeah, please send more. I horny.
What? What the
Goddamn,
freak?
Pat. Look at you. Your lips are sitting there slobbering all over the driveway.
Ew.
Pat. Look at you. Sorry. That's what we call a Super Soaker Pat. Send her a Polaroid of her cock. She'll be happy
Super
for
soaker
hours.
bat.
Ooh. There's no way.
Bro is into older women. This came out of left field, out of nowhere.
Jesus.
After living in her neighborhood for 13 years with no issues, a new management company took over and started endlessly targeting her with huge violations and
What?
fees. It was me. I was like, how old is she? All right, stack it up and get her out. It started with her trash cans being visible. That irks me.
Powder?
Which is hard for
That trash can said powder. That's my cat, by the way. Powder Springs.
to move frequently because of her age, because she's older than Father Time itself.
Yeah.
Next, it was the way her hose looked in her yard, as well as the lawn art. She probably had little gnomes. Right, a ticket. They started asking her to deep clean the outside of her property.
Okay.
She obliged each time to keep things civil, but the late fees started to pile up when she was not able to get jobs done fast enough because she's so old.
That's so sad. Like, literally all you have to do is be like, oh, I hear you need help cleaning your house. Let's come together as a neighborhood and help you clean your house. Hello? That's like all you have to do. Take like 10, 15 minutes, maybe an hour out of your week just to go over and say like, oh, let me help you with your lawn hose. You know? That's like the point of being in a community.
Here's your Polaroid picture of my cock. Ooh!
What the freak are they on right now?
God damn it, well, no wonder you're getting distracted. Your lips keep drooling all over the yard there.
Jesus.
Sorry, I just am easily distracted.
Logan from behind.
Be gentle.
You have to put the gnomes up. Not the gnomes!
I feel like we've reached like a weird territory with this guy. He's really playing out the fantasy right now.
The daily $25 infraction fee began to pile up, and Pat Kramer was panicking as she tried to make calls to her HOA to slow down the fees as she completed the request. I can only clean and mow so fast. You gotta stop. They're like, never. Hang up. They wouldn't return her calls after an entire year. Please
Wow.
call me back. Who is it? Pat Kramer? No, I'm good. Which, here's the thing, guys. The fees racked up to a staggering $17,000. How many years went by when they were just put it on her tab? We're going to get Pat out of here. We're going to cripple Pat before she dies. We're going to cripple this Pat before she goes down. Which, a price that Kramer could not financially afford. She hired a lawyer.
Yeah, obviously. She couldn't financially afford it. She also just wants to live the rest of her days out relaxing and chilling. Oh my god. Also, that is so crazy. How can you fine someone $17,000? Like, that should just be illegal. How does it get to that point? At what point would you like start bringing in the law? To me, it just sounds like bullying, to be honest. Like, they're not seriously wanting that money.
Soon gave her the bad news that the HOA is completely within her right to treat her this way. So she had, did she pay it?
Sounds like
I was
it.
like, she's like, I don't have enough money. I'll pay you a lawyer. It's all I have. He's just like, you're
And here's my lawyer, please.
And then also, I did work for
No, the
28
lawyer.
hours on this. At $300 an hour, you do that math as well.
When the lawyers can't do anything, you bring it to social justice, baby.
Oh no! He's like, don't worry though, I did include a Polaroid of my cock. Oh
my god, come on.
I wish Pat would get the hell out of here, actually. The whole community started Pat. Sometimes even the most minor infractions can lead homeowners down a road of crippling debt. Like with the $40,000 fence violation. God damn,
What?
we really are just raising these, aren't we, huh?
Yeah.
15 to 17. Now 40?
40,000?
Betty Hooker.
Ooh.
What are these names?
My name's Betty Hooker. What do you think my job is?
Ew.
That's right, I teach
If your name's Betty Hooker and you're a prostitute, I would judge you just because your name's a little too on the nose. Like, why can't you be Lady of the Red or Lady in the Night? Or, you know, something like, have a little bit of a pun going on there. Come on, be creative.
Studies. Betty Hooker wanted to construct a fence in the backyard in her Maryland home back in 2017, which would cost $8,000. She received all proper permissions from her HOA before building it, ladies and gentlemen. When it was done, she was told that the fence was too close to the community's common area. They had come down and measured it out, determining that it was exactly 8 inches too close. It's so obnoxious. You see it sometimes, but like HOA people like actually bring out rulers.
Oh my god.
Betty Hooker, are you in cahoots with Pat Kramer?
Okay, so that's their fault though, because she got all the permissions approved, and then they turned around and they said, actually, no, you're wrong. Like, that's their fault. They should have to pay for the replacement or let it stay there.
No! Betty thought that this was absurd, and likely the dispute was more about enforcing silly rules over obstructing common community zones.
Yeah.
The HOA wasn't going to let this go, however. And months later, after notifying her that they would seek legal action if nothing is done about the fence, Betty wanted them to pay for it. And the lengthy dispute resulted in an official complaint to the county court by the HOA. Betty was certain that the judge would understand how silly this was, right? But
yeah.
She actually ended up losing and was being forced to pay a daily $25 fee that would start from when the violation was first brought up.
What?
I like how she's like, this old man's gonna know what's up. He's like, it's 8 inches too.
Actually, so corrupt. That is so corrupt. I hope the whole story is being told, but that just sounds insane. I can't even think of a reason why they would be in the right and how they won.
Guilty! She finally moved the fence to avoid further problems, but the HOA inspected it and told her it was still not following their guidelines.
Wait, what?
They took Betty right back to court, where she was ordered to pay an even more exorbitant fee on top of her attorney fees, totaling $40,000. I would kill myself in the cul-de-sac of my neighborhood if this happened to me. I would
kill myself in front of the HOA president to change the trajectory of their entire life. Like, if you're gonna be annoying, I'm gonna literally ruin your life. Like, my blood will be on your hands.
Gun and blow my brains out and make everybody watch. Especially if people are like, I don't care. But 8 inches to the community. I'm like, who cares? Is it on her property? Yeah. Who cares, dude? If it was going into other people's yards, I'd be like, well, that's f***ed up. That's not your property.
Yeah.
8 inches to the, I can't, sorry.
8 inches is huge.
Also, 8 inches is average. Also, like, she said that she moved the fence. And then they still said, like, oh, it's not far enough, so that they just magically add another 8 inches?
Trust me, 8 inches is huge. Like, sizes that probably people don't really ever see. Maybe in videos, but not in real life. Betty told reporters about her feelings at the moment. God, who cares, dude? She's like, I feel bad. Yeah, everyone does, dude. Have you heard of Pat Kramer, the Polaroid hound of Florida? And Betty was claiming it was, quote, devastating, mentally, emotionally, and financially. But it didn't stop there, because the HOA wanted to seize her home to pay for the debts. The issue with the fence was becoming more and more trivial. The fence itself only had less than an inch encroaching into the community's common area. Less than an inch. See, that's more normal, though. Yeah, that's normal size. Yeah.
Not small, normal.
Not small, I'm just saying normal size, normal. Fortunately, the HOA had broken rules as well. The rule in their governing document claims that the fines were improperly assessed in an abusive way, and that the homeowners were not given proper due process. Because of this, the fees were all dropped.
Yay!
Yes! Betty Hooker.
Yeah, but then now you live in a neighborhood with people that literally hate your guts. That literally hate your guts and wanted to take your house away. Like, how do you proceed with life after that? I mean, obviously, you probably just get over it, but, like, at the same time, I would be a little bit paranoid after that. I would be like, oh my god, I never want to live here. I want to never be here.
And quite the ending, unlike our girl Pat Kramer.
No,
Pat had to pay that. You think you can drop mine? Go off, Pat, and pay it. Okay.
Aw, poor Pat.
One of the more cruel examples of the HOA's disregard for homeowners, a soldier in Iraq had his home taken away from him.
What?
Probably why he was in Iraq.
And his wife, too.
They took away the wife, too?
No, just making it.
Wifey. Time to pay your wifey. Actually, you guys need to pay your wifey to me real soon.
He lost his house and wife.
Michael Clower, who was a captain in the Army Reserve in Iraq, returned home in Frisco, Texas, to find that his $300,000 home had gone into foreclosure. His wife, May, took care of the 2 kids while her husband was shipped out to Iraq and soon slipped into a deep depression. She was terrified of losing her husband, to the point where she avoided checking the mail in fear of getting news of his death. Because of this, she had missed the HOA's letter alerting them that they had $800 in dues that needed to be paid. Oh,
What?
God forbid. Yeah, so actually you owe us that. So if you don't, we're going to kill you and your family.
Okay, so she missed bills is what's happening?
Al-Qaeda. The HOA were terrorists. When this was ignored, the HOA started sending letters informing that they were getting ready to foreclose on the debt by seizing and selling their home. The worst part was the home was only sold for a measly $3,500, as it was just a vehicle for them to get back the small debt that they were owed. May was shocked that the HOA never once visited the home in person to get a response from her, and that her home could just be sold without her getting not a penny from it.
Yeah,
they worked with
what?
the lawyer to try and reverse this foreclosure based on the fact that the affidavit from the HOA's lawyer did not account for Michael's deployment. They had also set up a legal defense fund and eventually sued the association in federal court. They were awarded a generous settlement and were able to finally reclaim their home.
Yay! That is still just like a freaking mess and a half. Oh my god, that is such a mess. So just like a mother and her children at home alone getting bullied by the HOA.
You know what? Americans truly won that.
I love when a problem gets solved, but the problem originally was made by the people. Yay, we solved the problem. We get our house back. Wait, why was our house taken from us again?
Day, didn't they? Oh, yeah. Our man went over, paid his dues, and he paid his dues back in the States as well. God bless you, sir.
God
also,
bless
we
America.
should do Stolen Valor sometime, just for fun.
We're working on that.
Yeah, just for fun. I just want to do it for fun.
Oh, you mean? Oh,
yeah. I just want to. We should just go out into the library and do Stolen Valor.
I do that every weekend.
Okay, well, I'm going to join you then. And lastly, I want to talk about a hero. I want to talk about the man who killed his HOA president. And his wife. He's not a hero. I take that back.
Oh my god.
Hootman is a 75-year-old man that was infuriated.
Oh my god, is another Hugh Hootman? Is he an owl?
Due to a simple dispute between him and his neighbors. Apparently, the community laundry room door was left open. Oh my god! No! 81-year-old Henry Wallace, another resident, confronted Hootman about it and began screaming at him and his wife. Later on, Hootman saw Wallace while he was grabbing his mail from the community mailbox. There, he approached Wallace and told him that he needed to apologize the way he treated the two of them. Wallace brushed it off without responding, and that caused Hootman to lose his cool. He pulled out his 9mm pistol and shot him 2 times in the chest.
Oh my god, I love it. Sorry, the thought of like saying you're sorry like really earnestly and apologizing for the way you behaved and the person not immediately forgiving you and then pulling out a gun and shooting them. Yeah, you should have forgave me. Oh my god, you really taught him a lesson, man.
I'm just gonna laugh at it, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm right here with you, man.
It's just so stupid. You apologize to me right now. No. Right, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to justify why I laughed. His wife, Ginger Wallace, was also the HOA president. Rushed down to the apartment screaming for help. Hootman fired 2 more shots at Ginger, killing her as well. And after
Okay, dude's on a rampage. Maybe he's just like fulfilling some weird old man fantasy. Why would you shoot the wife? What did she do? You literally shot her husband. What was she supposed to do? Just calm down very calmly and be like, oh, hey, what's going on? Oh, let me just take my husband's body. Go ahead to drag that away from you.
Afterwards, he simply took a seat on the couch of his apartment and told his wife, quote, call the police. I just shot Henry and Ginger. He turned on king to queen.
Jesus.
The sheriff believed that Ginger being the HOA president played a role in the confrontation and only further pushed Hootman to do what he did. He felt horrible for what he had done. No, he didn't. But it was too late. He was given 2 consecutive life sentences.
Oh my god, not the hearing aid. No wonder he shot them point blank. He couldn't even hear it go off.
Listen, here's the thing, y'all. HOAs I don't like them. Respecting your neighborhood, that's something I can get behind. A neighborhood is a great community place. Being friends with your neighbors, right? I remember when I was growing up making friends in my neighborhood, it was one of the best times of my life. And I'm glad that I got to do it. I didn't live out. I live out in the country now, but neighborhoods are communities. You need to have respect for them. But at the same time, we need to figure out some kind of different methods besides the HOA. I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying that I have the answers, but all I know is that this is fucked. This is absolutely fucked. So please, if you're on an HOA board, be kind. And also, why don't you try being fucking human, you reptilian pieces of shit. Seriously, I'm advocating this. This is not a joke, and I don't want if there's a prompt on the screen, they're fucking lying. I want you to say right now that if you know where your HOA is at, the director, the leader of the HOA in your neighborhood, eat some like rotten meat, get diarrhea, and that's what they deserve. Sorry.
Oh my god, is he doing the paper bag where it's like you take dog poop in a paper bag and you light it on fire, you throw it at their door? Don't ask me how I know that. I grew up with some very interesting people. But yeah, I've heard of this before.
Job.
Oh, you came back.
Screen time.
Goodness. Here, come quick. I have something to tell you. Honey doesn't want you to know who did 9/11.
Hey, wait.
But I know who it is.
Wait. No.
Damn it, I wanted to know where it is. Okay. That was like a really good video. Had a lot to say there. Thank you so much for watching this epic react video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below what you think I should watch next or what you thought of this video. I'll leave a playlist on your left of all the Papa Meat Canyon videos, and you can subscribe on the right or down below. I really appreciate all my channel members, and thank you for people that come and see me on Twitch. I love when you guys say hi. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye! Mwah!